Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back, and today we are doing the Taurus build. This was a colossal pain in my ass. Like, this build just did not go how I envisioned it going for basically the entire process. Ow! If you can hear my cats going absolutely nuts, it's because they are. And they have had zoomies and they have been on one all day, so that's just where we're at. But for this home I really wanted like basement with light wells and like this whole juxtaposition of wood and like stone, because so if you don't know, I use ChatGPT for the stereotype prompts because the internet says about 15 different things and it's confusing. So it says, a Taurus-inspired house plan should reflect comfort, luxury, practicality, and a strong connection to nature. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so the home should feel indulgent yet grounded, with a strong emphasis on relaxation and beauty. Which I think I pulled that off. So the general design is a single story or sturdy two-story home. Taurus values stability, so no flimsy structures. And then earthy and neutral tones with touches of deep greens and warm browns and soft pastels. I don't really think I hit the pastels, unless pastel beige is a colour. But we did the rest of it. Spacious rooms with cozy nooks for relaxation. I don't know how spacious this house is, but I think with what I was trying to do, it's okay. Like, if you disagree with me, by all means tell me. And then high quality, long lasting materials like stone, wood and leather, which I definitely did that. Now, I currently have this eco fence on. We don't keep that. I was originally thinking for like, it lets light in, but it's still like private, but it no, we get rid of it. And yeah, we do end up also moving over to a bigger lot. Like, this just, it was too pokey when I went to go do the floor plan, so we did end up moving it. Which is a shame because I really liked it here, because on this lot the terrain actually meets the path and on the other lot it doesn't. So I couldn't have like a front path leading out to the main path. But it is what it is, I suppose. It really annoys me when they do that. But with this build, the whole thing was hinged around that front corridor with the window, with the beams and the windows. That is what I wanted. That is what I was not compromising on. And every single design I had hinged around that lightwell corridor. And this is so far removed from the original design that I had, but I do think that this came out a bit better. The other one just looked very sort of L-shaped and long and it didn't go. I really struggled with that spandrel because I ended up being like, no, why am I'm supposed to be doing dark woods, not light woods, but we end up doing like a mix of both, I feel. And it worked out because I really liked that, like, it's not rattan necessarily, but I really liked that effect in the spandrel. I had also just got Snowy Escape at this point, so I feel like that did kind of influence the build process in terms of what we came out with. But I officially have all the expansion packs now. So I don't know what that says about my financial decisions, but I just have one more game pack to get, and then like all the kits and all the stuff packs. But we're getting there. We are certainly getting there. And then I did briefly play around with having this window. Like, it would have been really nice because it has like that shelf thing on it, and it would have been really cool. but we don't end up keeping it. As I said, we do end up going over to a bigger lot and extending this build out. I'm not entirely sure when that happens. But it's got to be around now-ish. I'm also a complete sucker for those greenhouse windows. I use them like all the time. Yeah, I think I'm... Alright, yeah, no, I add more to the build because I realised that I don't have enough space first. Yeah, so I really don't like that roof. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because it sticks out the front or what, but I really do not like that roof. It just looks a bit strange to me, but it's fine. We keep it. And then I go for like a metal sheeting on the top roof. On the bigger roof, I think. Yeah, I do. And I don't know why, it felt right. And then I mucked about for ages with these stairs. I ended up doing it off of camera because I was like, I cannot make it work. I don't know what I was doing wrong with trying to like stack the staircases and not having you know when you cut out the floor so you don't have, so you have less floor. I was doing that, but then I wanted to stack the staircases on top of each other, and like I've seen James Turner do it, so like I know it's possible, but I could not get it to work, and I don't know what I was doing wrong. But yeah, so we ended up just going for this, which isn't exactly what I wanted, but it'll do, you know. And then I struggled for ages with the floor, but I do end up liking how it comes out. And then I'm just putting in some temporary lights so we can go inside and actually see what we're doing. And then yeah, this is when I'm like, I don't have enough space. I need to move things. So we move things out, and this gives a much better footprint to the house, I think. And yeah, we do end up stealing a bit more space in the basement than we're supposed to have, probably, but I don't care. The build needed it, so I did it. And then I was struggling with this door. I don't end up keeping that as an internal door. I feel like that's far more of an external door with detailing on it, but we do get a similar internal door. So yeah, I tried to keep like I tried to keep it on the premise of like the main structure is like an original building or something, and then all the wood is like tacked on and an extension, which is why it's like made out of like reclaimed wood and stuff like that, and it's only on the floor level, so then it can't be classed as a quote-unquote flimsy structure. Yeah, so this is the internal door that we go for, and just keeping everything the same sort of vibe. We do change the upstairs floor plan. I think we end up changing most of the floor plans because I just cannot get it to work. Yeah, I really struggle with where to place that bathroom as well. Just like, it's just in the way. Doesn't matter where I put it, it's just in the way. And we do end up extending out a little bit, just so, yeah, I don't know, it just made the bathroom fit a bit better to have it in that gap, so it wasn't like sticking into the room quite as much. But then I changed the floor plan anyway, so it didn't really matter in hindsight. But I hadn't had that idea yet, so I don't know what you want from me. Realistically, you don't want anything from me other than like good Sims builds and good content, you know. And then I struggled with the garden as well, so I ended up just putting the whole thing up on a foundation and calling it a day. Especially with how fences can be. I also struggle with the fence as well because I really wanted like a high fence, but none of the high fences look particularly good. So yes, I did struggle with that as well, but I think it worked out. we do end up changing it from the bamboo. We don't keep the bamboo, but that's just a rough layout of the garden so far, and then we do come back and change it up. So I would kind of like to know what room we're starting on. Am I still floor planning? It looks like it. I'm trying to fit in another bathroom. So I ended up just like stealing some of the space from upstairs with the under the pantry, which technically is the extension, so shouldn't have a basement, but shh, it's fine. Right, so we're starting in the kitchen, which is large gourmet kitchen with high-end appliances, a kitchen island with bar stools for casual seating, casual eating even. Plenty of storage space. Taurus loves to be stocked up. A walk-in pantry for ingredients and indulgent snacks, and a herb garden window to bring in fresh scents. I do think I forgot about the herb garden window, but we do have plants in the kitchen, so I feel like it was more of a task failed successfully, maybe? But yes, I really did struggle with the kitchen. Basically, I struggled with everything with this build. If you see something in this build, I struggled with it. That's basically the vibe. But I really wanted that circle table with the lava stone, but it just didn't work out. I don't know what it was with this room. It looked too strange, no matter what I did to it. So we end up ditching the circle table. Yeah, I also feel like I jump around quite a bit. Not like loads, but it was just like, I can't figure this out. I'm going to go do something else. Give my brain a break from it. Maybe I'll figure it out. But while we're here, since we have a kitchen diner, I'm going to read the brief for the dining room as well. The dining room is elegant and inviting. A solid wood dining table with comfortable chairs. Soft lighting, a chandelier or candles. And beautiful dishware display. Taurus enjoys the finer things. Technically we don't have the dish display, but I do feel like we hit the brief other than that. We do hit the wooden table, and the kitchen is quite softly lit, I feel. So yeah, I think we did pretty good on that. And especially with like the pantry as well, we have all this storage in there, and yeah, okay, it doubles as a laundry, but you have like all your appliances and everything in here. And yeah, so you have everything that you would need, really. So yeah, I'm just going around and placing some stuff and then rearranging the kitchen again. I was actually listening to the new Hunger Games book while I was building this. So yeah, that was an experience. Yeah, so I've come up with the idea for the table at this point, and I'm like trying to make it work, but the 3 was too long, so I had to go for a 2 table, which is fine. I think that did work better in terms of balance. I don't know why I was so determined to have a glass table. Considering the brief does say wood, I don't think I remembered that at this point, but we do end up with a wood table, so I do end up swapping it round though, because I just feel like it's a bit heavy that way. Yeah, it just looked a bit strange that way, so I do end up swapping it around to anchor it in a bit, anchor the room a bit more. But yeah, I've been I wasn't reading loosely. I've been listening. I finished it now, but I was listening to Sunrise on the Reaping while I was building this, and I hated the ending. I'm not gonna lie, absolutely hated the ending, but it was a really good book, and I'm really happy that I have an Audible subscription, and that's what I spend my token on, or my credit on. Yeah, and then I really wanted like this soft lighting coming through everywhere, and we didn't really have anything that matched those pendant lights, so I think what I used works the best in terms of matching things. Oh, I really struggled with like wallpapers and stuff in here as well. We do work it out, and I feel like it does come together, but I really struggled. But yeah, I feel like the soft box lighting definitely worked all around, and then using the curtains of dreams as always. I feel like I use those curtains literally everywhere. And this base rug came in quite handy as well, because it's just got all those like neutral tones in it, and it worked out. I do put a mirror in that hallway, like a full height one, so it does glitch a titchy bit if you're at the wrong angle. I normally delete anything that glitches, but I could not figure out a better solution for that. So just be aware. If you've got tool mod or something, maybe you could like size it down by like 1% or however much, just to stop it from glitching. Or if you don't have tool mod, then you can delete it and change it out if you want. I'm not offended. So for the entryway, a large wooden front door with intricate carvings or brass handles. I did my best, Sims, or ChatGPT, I did my best. A foyer with a console table and a large mirror and plants. Did I actually put plants in here? I'm not sure that I put plants in there. But also soft warm lighting for an inviting feel. I feel like we've got the soft warm lighting down in this place. But yeah, I really don't think I put plants in that. Yeah, but anyway, we've moved on. I'm trying to think whether I put plants down there. I don't think I did. For the living room, a fireplace, which is a must for comfort. Oversized plush sofas with soft blankets and throw pillows. A library corner or built-in bookshelves. Large windows for natural light and a garden view. An open concept but cozy layout to avoid feeling stark or cold. Technically not open concept. I mean, is it actually? Because it comes directly in from that, and then it's got like a whole corridor going off to the other rooms. So technically, I think very, very technically, it is open concept, but we got the rest of it down. Like we have the bookshelf, and then we have like all this reclaimed wood situation going on. I don't know if I have a brief for the office. No, it just says a bonus room is a home office or creative studio with a comfy chair and stylish decor. I always like to have an office in these Zodiac homes because it just like gives another layer of depth to their personality, which I feel is important. And I hate working with these bookcases. They're such a pain in the ass with how they clip together, but I got it working, so it's fine. But the overall vibe is this house is about comfort, beauty and security. A place where Taurus can indulge in life's pleasures without feeling rushed or stressed. Which I really like. I wanted them to be like an interior designer or an architect. I don't know why. Something about structure and safety, I guess. But yeah, so I really love their office. But that's why I got like the architect desk out and the folders and like the decorating board from Dream Home Decorator. And then we just put a light in that gap by the window and called it a day. But I love that office so much. And then I wanted to put something up here, but it was a bit of a weird space, so I just ended up putting a seat and a shelf. It's dumb. And to make up with the lack of plants upstairs, I'm gonna go and put some plants in the downstairs corridor, the basement corridor. But for the bedroom, trying to find it, a large comfortable bed with high-end mattress and silk sheets, heavy curtains to block out the light for sleeping in. We'll just pretend that those curtains are heavy. We don't really have heavy curtains that would have worked in a place like this. Yeah, and to start off with, I didn't have a walk-in wardrobe, and when I went back and checked the brief, I was like, ah, shit, I'm supposed to have a walk-in wardrobe, which is why I fix it now. And it's only a small one, but it works, you know? but a walk-in closet with an organized but indulgent setup, and a small seating area with a chaise lounge, candles, soft rugs, and a soothing scent like vanilla, lavender, or sandalwood. Imagine the smells yourself, I guess. But I thought we do go back to the bedroom. I think I recorded this over several days because I wasn't feeling very good. I'm fine now. Well, I'm normal now, I guess. I'm never really fine, am I? But yeah, I built this over like 3 days because I just felt so bad. But we do some plants in the kitchen, and I do end up moving that stone outside. I don't know why I kept that in. I really could have just cut that out, to be honest. That was pointless. Okay, sorry about that. Girls, please be careful. That was my foot. They've got zoomies, and I'm gonna get hurt. Yeah, I really tried to like get most of the vibes in. We have like this little dressing table moment outside the closet because it wasn't gonna fit, to be honest. And then I move around some of the curtains to like change things up a little bit, and then we get some pictures, and I think it turns out okay. And because I went like heavy green in that room, I wanted to do like a heavy brown moment because we haven't actually had one of those yet, I don't think. I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Oh, no, stop wobbling, thank you. I didn't have a brief for a second bedroom, because there wasn't actually one in the brief, but I felt like a second bedroom was a good idea. And yeah, so I just kept it sort of beige and brown. There's a little hint of blue in there, but not too much. It's just a little bit in the rug. Did struggle with art like majorly in this place, but I feel like that's just sometimes you do, you know. I originally go for blue for that, but I ended up toning it down to a brown. I do actually prefer the blue in hindsight, but oh well. I just stole the bathroom from upstairs so that I didn't have to like up down it the entire time, because that gets disorientating. But yeah, I do end up changing out the showers for the Love Struck showers. Because the bathroom brief, which I tried to have like something more in the ensuite for the main bedroom, but a deep soaking tub with candles and bath salts. Now we didn't have room for that in the bathroom, but we do have a hot tub to make up for it. Heated floors, so you use your imagination. I can't do that in The Sims. And double sinks with marble or stone countertops, and a rainfall shower with good water pressure. I'm assuming the water pressure is good, but that's why girls, be careful. That's why I went for like the bigger shower head from Love Struck. And I don't know what it is with my basement, but I have to cover the outside with dirt. But yeah, here are my plants. And then I think we're going outside. Yes, we are. But yeah, I don't think I got the double sink moment, but I had like that, the sink and the vanity thing. So I feel like that counts. And then outside, we want a fountain or a small pond for a calming effect, which I really wanted to do down here with like access from the main bedroom. Which I did, and I do like it. And in the build tour, I go up and you can hear the water, and it's beautiful. I could just imagine sitting out there and it being all cozy and nice, and I think that's probably one of my favourite parts of this build. And then we just get a little table with some candles on it and call it a day. And then we also need a private garden with lush greenery and flowers, a patio with a lounge area perfect for a cup of tea or coffee, a fire pit for cozy nights outside. I can't do a Well, I can do a fire pit now, but at the time of building this, I don't think I could do a fire pit. And outdoor dining for alfresco meals. So we got the barbecue, the picnic table, and a bin, obviously. I did end up changing those fences. I hated those fences from the beginning. I could not make it work. So, yeah, we did half walls instead. And then we did this sort of outdoor seating area, and I wanted a fireplace, but I couldn't do it, and I didn't have a fire pit at this point, so I kind of cheated with having the heat lamp things from, is it Dine Out? I think it's Dine Out. And then I just shot some trees around the place to try and blend in the lot a little bit. It didn't do too much. Didn't think it needed it. And then I put this like built-in flower bed around the hot tub, which I really feel like really soaks it into the nature. Soaks it in? Does that even make sense? I don't know. It does now. But we are nearly done. And we just do some flowers here. And then I think I put in a window. And then that's about it. I did leave the grass just like untouched, because sometimes it's nice to have a bit of untouched grass. So you can, like, if you've got kids, or even if like you don't personally have kids, even if like family has kids or whatever, they can come like play, or you can, I don't know, lay on the grass or like sunbathe. Like, I mean, technically you don't have to like lay on the grass for that. You could have like lounges. Maybe I should have put some lounges in, but I didn't. And yeah, I just did some flowers, and I thought that was really sweet. I like how naturey it feels. I did consider walling it off like properly, but that just looked a bit weird, so I didn't. And then naturally it deleted all my terrain paint. Not my terrain paint, my half wall paint. So this is our sim, and I will show you him in the gallery. I am probably going to butcher this, but he is by Genesis Ramirez 123, and he is called Marcus Taurus. He's fabulously wealthy, self-assured, materialistic, and ambitious. And I always struggle to get a good shot of this house. And this is the house. So we go inside. We have this nice big sort of hallway, and if we just pop down here quickly, we have a bathroom. Then we come in here and we have the stairwell, and then we come through here and we have this nice big kitchen. Also we have bar seating, and then we have the table down here at the end. Let's pop out the back door, and we have barbecue table. Then we come around here, we have bedroom access, but we'll have a look at that a bit more in a minute. We have a hot tub and a heated seating area, some grass that I didn't really do anything with. And then coming into here, we have the sort of butler's pantry, laundry room, which leads us back into the kitchen. If we go upstairs first, we have this tight but normal. I also added more windows off of camera just because it looked better from the outside. And if we come in here, this is where Marcus is, but we have this really nice living room. I don't know why he's standing and watching the TV. And then we keep coming down this way, and we have his office with half the bookshelves missing, apparently. But yeah, I actually really like this office. And then we have a bathroom in here with the wrong wallpaper for some reason, so I will fix that. And then if we go all the way down, yeah, so if we come all the way down, we have a little plant area just for something to put under the stairs, I guess. And then in here we have a spare bedroom with lots of brown tones. And then in here we just have a normal bathroom. And then in here we have the main bedroom, which is considerably bigger, still really softly like furnished though. And then in here we have a little walk-in wardrobe situation following the bathroom. And then if we come back round to the bedroom, we can come out these doors, and we have this nice little seating area with this water fountain out here. And I just absolutely love the sound. But yes, this is the house, and I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, check out my other zodiac builds. I have several now on my channel and we are going to be doing all of them. Once we get to the end, we'll have a discussion about what we do going forward. I'm currently holding weekly polls to see what videos you guys want to see coming out. I'm also live streaming over on YouTube again. Twitch just wasn't working for me. And yeah, I'm doing things apparently. So if that's of any interest to you, stick around and I would love to have you here. But with that being said, I will leave you to the rest of your day and I will see you next time. Bye!